I wanted to ask you if you've ever done. You said you have not done anything somatic. Right?
I've done like counseling, marriage counseling.
Okay.
That's about it.
How was that?
It was awful because I was with a narcissist.
Okay.
And so when the therapist started saying, "Hey, like, this is your like." This is the cause is you, and for him, and it was just like it was. He was like he immediately was like, I don't like her. I want to switch.
Yeah.
I want to go to a different counselor because she's picking on me. And
somebody's going to tell me what I want to hear. So you had no capacity to like hold, hear truth, any of this kind of stuff.
Like it was all about like he wanted to hear what he wanted to hear, and he was always right. And so it was one of those like that. It was like, okay, so
what about me?
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, like.
Okay.
I mean, that marriage lasted like 3 years, and then he left, thank God. And I was devastated, but then I was very much like, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. Because living with a narcissist is not fun.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. I believe that.
Nothing you do is right. You constantly have to be boosting them up constantly. Yeah. So it's almost like they're like energy vampires.
Yeah, they need you to like elevate themselves.
Yeah.
Hear that. I know people like that too. Somatic work is different. Also, I'm not a therapist in the sense of like traditional therapy. Somatic work is asking you to feel into your body. Yeah. We're going to take a couple of breaths. We're going to do somatic breaths, which means basically I'm going to ask you to do and then sigh it out. You will be surprised how many times women can even do that. I will just ask you to sense into your body. If there is a situation that you particularly want to look at that you feel drawn to, that's cool. If not, we will just sense into your body. If it's a tickle in your toe, we'll go with that. I'll ask you a couple of times whether or not you can accept something. In the beginning, it's going to feel like it's annoying you because you're like, yeah, duh, of course I can accept that my fucking toe tickles. What do you want from me? If we do get into deeper kind of stuff, that becomes important. Because mostly it is about creating capacity and creating acceptance and like learning how to hold multiple things at once. I feel like the most actualized people I know can hold hate and love at the same time. They can hold the darkness and the lightness both at once. Yeah. And in that, I guess, dualism, they find unity. And so that's kind of where we want to go. We want to go up towards opening, in yoga they call it opening the heart space. That's what that is. But other than that, do you have any questions?
No, I haven't.
How are you feeling about this so far?
Good, I'm excited.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll just start by, let's just notice how we feel coming in here. Like maybe we're excited, maybe we're anxious, maybe we are looking forward to it or not, right? Yeah. Some people are just like, absolutely, I don't want to do this at all. I hate this. I hate it here. And just kind of notice how your breath is. Is your breath going pretty fast? Is it going pretty slow? Maybe it's neutral. Maybe you care. Maybe you don't care. Whatever you notice, totally cool. Let's just take a second and just arrive here. I notice for myself, I feel pretty relaxed. I'm pretty happy to be here. What about you? How do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Like my breath's good, and I mean, I'm pretty calm for the most part.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm open. I have myself open.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. That's good. That's good.
See what comes out.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's the best part.
Yeah.
If you want to take a couple of breaths with me, and I don't usually use music. Are you a music? I offer, but okay. Yeah, I like to just, because usually this is just a conversation.
Yeah.
So if you want to close your eyes at one point, you can. I will at one point ask you if they stay open, just because I feel like you can focus a little bit better if
Yeah, you're not being distracted.
Things are kind of out of your way. I will be closing my eyes also. I feel like I can sense a little bit better into it. So it's not just like me staring at you like this while your eyes are closed, and then you're like looking, you're like, Jesus, get on my face, lady. All right, let's just take a couple of breaths. We'll do somatic breaths. We'll just take in a deep breath in through our nose and out with a sigh. Beautiful. Let's do like 2 or 3 more of those. And with your next exhale, you're going to notice that you're just relaxing a little bit more into your chair. And maybe your heart starts beating a little bit more even. And the next 2 breaths, I'm going to ask you to take in a deep breath. And then as you exhale, you almost exhale as if it were through a straw. Beautiful. And one more time. And I just invite you to become aware of your toes. And maybe they want to wiggle. Maybe you want to unhook your legs and stretch out and get comfy. And just notice your calves and your knees and your upper thighs and your hips. And with your next exhale, you notice the back, your lower back, and your middle back. You notice your shoulder blades. And you notice any tension that there might be in your shoulder blades. And you notice your shoulders and your forearms. And your wrists. And your little fingers. And your ring fingers. The middle fingers. The pointies. The space between your pointy finger and your thumb. And the top of your hand. And just focus your attention upwards towards your elbows and your upper arms, back to your shoulders. And notice your neck. Notice if there might be any sensations or tensions. And there's nothing to do. All we do is notice. And I invite you to notice the back of your head and any tingling that might be happening there, and the top of your head, space between your eyebrows, tip of your nose, your lips, your chin, the pit of your throat, your heart space. And let's just take a deep breath into that heart space together. Beautiful job. And notice just a little bit above your navel. And further down towards your root. Just notice your pelvis. And when you're ready, I invite you to just do a whole body scan and notice any sensations in your body. And at this point, I also invite you to share.
Oh, I have tension in my neck.
Mm-hmm. What does it feel like in your neck?
Tightness.
Help me understand where that sits.
In the very back, about like the base, all the way up to the knot in the back of my head.
And is that sensation pleasant or unpleasant or neutral?
I mean, it's not pleasant, but it's one of those that like you deal with. You know, like just tension or something that, you know.
Tight?
Yeah.
And that tightness, is it like something that constricts, or does it feel like it's expansive?
It's definitely expansive.
It's expansive. Yeah. What happens if you feel into that tightness? And what happens if you close your eyes and you just feel into that tightness? Like, what's the movement like? Is it radiating? Is it?
It just tightens.
It tightens.
It's like when you move into it, or when I think about it.
What happens if you take a deep breath into that tightness? How's that?
It's better.
Mm-hmm. Does it stay contracted around that area, or does it move up and down?
It's mostly that area. It's basically, well, it's like just that right here. I guess they call it your ancestral knot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like right at the base of that.
And can you describe that movement to me? Like if you had to like draw that movement, what would you draw it as?
A line.
A line? Does the line go up or down or left or right?
It goes up.
It goes up. How far up does it go?
It goes to the base of my ancestral knot all the way to like, I guess, almost to the back of the knot in your back, your shoulders as it connects. So right above that, maybe an inch above that, and then it goes directly to that.
And when you feel into that knot, into that tightness, does it feel like it's been there for a while, or does it feel like it's pretty young or fresh?
I don't know. It's probably been there for a while.
Mm-hmm. How old do you think that is?
That I'm not sure of. I mean, it's... I would say I probably had it like most of my life.
Most of your life?
Or most of my adult life.
When you take a deep breath into that tightness, and I want to invite you to remember when the first time you felt that knot was.
I really don't know.
So it's really old.
Yeah. Probably, maybe, I mean, what comes to mind is the birth of my child.
Tell me about that.
You know, it was very, very difficult. I ended up having to be C-sectioned. But then I was back and forth with my husband. We were off and on again. So we definitely had, we basically, the 3 years we were together a full year. We were on and off again. He was military. And so from that, so basically I was on my own raising our daughter.
How was that?
Difficult.
If you had to put an emotion to it, what would you say?
Frustrating.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Because I felt like I was being pulled in a lot of ways, like that, and then I really didn't know what I was doing, you know, so I really didn't. So it's one of those things like you're afraid you're going to break them, and you're also afraid that you're going to mess them up.
And what is that emotion like?
It is devastating.
And that devastation, if you sense into your body, where is that in your? Where does that devastation sit in your body?
Probably my chest.
What does it feel like in your chest? Help me understand.
Heaviness.
Heaviness. And is that heaviness? Is that feeling movement, or is it stagnant and stiff?
I think it tends to be stagnant. It's one of those things where you try to push through it. And flow through it. And at times it lets up, you know, especially now that they're grown. It lets up, but you always worry about it.
Same girl. Hear that?
Yeah.
That devastation. I want to stay with that heaviness in your chest a little bit. What happens if you sense into that? Like, what happens if we really just sense into that heaviness? Can you bring it into your awareness? Is that something that you're capable of doing? if we invite that heaviness in your chest?
What if we invite it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What memories, what thoughts are in your mind when you invite that heaviness? What story is playing?
Probably the pain
Mm-hmm.
of not having a relationship with my daughter anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take a deep breath. Beautiful job. And I'm going to ask you a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you accept that you don't have a relationship with your daughter right now?
I try to.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't talked to her since she was 17.
Yeah.
And so I did reach out to her on Facebook, and she didn't block me. That was a bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's definitely, I think I push it down.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot. It's painful.
Yeah, especially when you sacrifice so much for your youth
Mm-hmm.
to raise children and do the best you can.
Yeah.
And to be told that it wasn't good enough, and
Yes, girl. Yeah. So is the answer more no, or is the answer more yes?
Of what? To acceptance
or allowing? Can you allow that?
Yes, I mean, I have to.
No, you don't.
I mean, I've done everything I possibly can
Mm-hmm.
to mend that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I've tried to accept it,
Mm-hmm.
and given her space and her time to be able to come to me, come back.
Yeah.
And so
the reason why I ask that question so many times over and over and over again is because we think we have to.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're told as women that, maybe men too, but we don't care about them right now. As women, I think we're told, like, oh, you have to just do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like we assume that, like, oh, I have no power in this, like,
Yeah.
I just have to accept this. And the answer is that, truthfully, if you tell me, like, I can work with yes or no.
yeah.
The only thing I cannot work with if it's not like your honest truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not the honest truth, like a lot of women that I work with, they say, well, I think I have to, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess if I want this to change, then the answer should be yes. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because if the answer is no, then what we can do is we can go in and we can say, can you accept that this is really fucking hard
Mm-hmm.
to accept,
Yeah.
right? Like, that, fuck yeah, I can accept that. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, yeah, I think, like, I mean, clearly, it's like, if I'm just pushing it down, then clearly I can't accept it,
Mhm.
because I'm, pushing it down, not dealing with it, because it's
Yeah.
like, I can't accept the fact that, I miss her.
Yeah.
And I want a relationship with my daughter.
Yeah.
And, and it's hard to sit and wait. And
Does it feel powerless?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of it is, it's all on her court,
Yeah.
waiting for her to come back,
Mm-hmm.
basically, because she felt that I betrayed her, and I was just being a mom. And so it's one of those things where you're like, okay, well, I thought I had her best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's very hard to, I want that relationship like I have with my son.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now she's clear across the world, which I'm happy she's out of this country, but at the same time, like, it just makes an even bigger gap.
Distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of distance. Do you feel that distance somewhere in your body? If you were to listen into it, to feel into it, just sense, just use your just.
Probably like right here in my abdomen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Help me understand what that sensation is like.
What it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I guess a tightness.
Mm-hmm.
It's an aching.
Yeah.
A longing.
Yeah. Why don't we just take a couple of breaths into that? Take just 2 or 3 together. Beautiful deep breaths. One more time.
releases, it feels definitely more loose, like more open.
Yeah. How do you find it in terms of staying with the sensation? Is it uncomfortable, or is it doable together, or is there? How do you feel about it?
It's doable, yeah.
It's doable together. Okay. Yeah. What's going through your mind?
Nothing. I'm just seeing where it goes. You know, I'm like,
if you could walk out of this today with anything that you feel like, man, that was really good. Like there's like a goal, maybe not a goal, but like there's like a thing that you would love to do. When it maybe comes to your daughter. Maybe that like longing and that sadness. What would success look like for you in this?
I think being able to help others. Being able to,
where in your body does that sit?
Right here too. You know, like my heart chakra definitely. I mean, I love being able to help others and be able to pour into them and, you know, uplift them. And
I want to try something. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and just feel into that, and just like feel into that space and just see what the sensation is. Is it pulsing? Is it warmth? Is it cold? Like, help me understand what it is. How does that feel when you're so joyful and you help somebody else?
Oh. I feel like it's going from like my heart to my throat, and it's pulsing like from both.
Is that pleasant or unpleasant?
It's neither.
It's neither. Is it fast or slow?
Fast.
Fast. What happens if you expand it? Can you expand it if you use your imagination and your intuition and just the magic that is you? What happens if you expand that? Can you expand it outwards?
It feels like it's going into my shoulders. And that's when my neck gets really tight. So.
Why don't we take a deep breath into that? And relax into it. Are you able to stay with the sensation? Or is it fleeting you?
It relaxed. It feels like my shoulders, like what was built up in my shoulders is relaxed. It just like relaxed down.
When you think of the space between your throat and your heart, where this helping and meaning sits, when did you feel that for the first time?
Probably when I became a mom. It seemed like that was like I had a purpose. Or I could go back to what popped into my head was when I was in China and I was doing missions work. We got to smuggle Bibles and stuff like that. And I really felt purpose.
Yeah. And is that purpose, is it because of your own action, or is it because of the way your action fits into a picture that is bigger than just yourself?
I think it was because it's a bigger picture. It fit into it. I was a part of Team Media Ministries, and I felt like I was making a difference.
And when we now apply this beautiful, beautiful purpose, and we look at how can feral femmes do this in the world? What skill do you need? What kind of people do you need? Who do you have to invite into the space with you to be able to pull off your vision?
Well, it takes everyone. But you definitely need strong women that have a purpose and have a drive to be able to uplift other people.
And who do you know who's like that?
Well, you are.
Who else?
Amanda, Kelly. And I mean, there's so many strong women around me. my cousin, she's a Reiki master, and I think like it also takes the broken, because that's what motivates us to want to change, to help, because we see that something is needed.
I think it sucks that it is this way, but I think that people stay complacent without ordeal.
Yeah.
And while I wish it wasn't like this, I have had my greatest growth and my most prized accomplishments. Nothing like grand in terms of outward, just internal, like small things for the world, huge things for me. In the middle of pain.
Yeah. I think, well, and then like I spoke to one of my exes that's a friend, and he was like, I've seen so much growth. Mm-hmm. You have a glow about you now since you've moved away.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, but he's like, you have a glow about you. Your art is like just, I mean, you've improved so much. And, but I mean, I think the biggest thing is feeling like I actually have a purpose now. I'm not just like muddling through life, like just paying bills.
What's the vision for you?
The vision?
Like, what's the big picture vision that you see?
Oh, vision. Okay.
Yeah, not the vision. Sorry.
Like I was like division.
THE.
The vision. Well, I mean, I already see it going on all across the world. I mean, I'm not the only one with the same like heart for women and to create something similar to Feral Femmes. Like, I think it's being able to see women come into their power, to be able to create a matriarchy. Because a matriarchy, like I heard the perfect example of a matriarchy. Matriarchy isn't about women think we're better than men. Matriarchies are all about putting the vulnerable people in the middle and protecting them, and putting your strong people around that can help and to grow them, and to be able to grow these like people that are weak and that need that strength, to be able to see them grow and become strong and be able to become on the outside of that matriarchy society and be able to be the ones eventually to uplift others.
That sounds beautiful. How are we going to do that?
Well, one step at a time, I guess.